Today I am talking with one of my Teacher Resource Academy students, Shireen, all about her TPT journey, how many resources she has sold, how many reviews she has gotten, all about her first 5-star review, and just her journey from going to literally not knowing what TPT was, to seeing my advertisement on Instagram, to taking my 3-day challenge, starting a TPT store, all of the craziness in between. And she just shares a lot about her journey. She gives some great advice for new sellers. So this is definitely a must listen. Let's dive in. Welcome back, everyone, to the Teacher Business School podcast. I am your host, Lindsay Bowden, and these are my favorite interviews. I have one of our Teacher Resource Academy members, Shireen, with me today, and we are going to talk about her TPT journey. She is doing such an incredible job as a newer seller, and so I am so excited to chat with you today. Welcome, Shireen. Thanks for being here.
Hello, thank you so much for having me. I'm really excited to be here.
And I'm sure everyone can tell by your accent, but where are you joining us from, Shireen?
I'm in England in the UK.
Very cool. So I'm so glad that we have someone from the UK here today, because I always get questions, will TPT work for sellers outside of the US? So we'll definitely get there, and I want to talk to you about that. But before we get into that, I did want to kind of start back at the beginning, Shireen, with your teaching journey and your TPT journey. So can you kind of tell us your teaching background and then when you found me and my challenge?
Okay, so I found out years ago that I could become an ESL teacher online just by being a native speaker. So I thought, great, that's my qualification, being native.
Yeah.
But then someone also told me if I do the 120-hour TEFL certificate, that would give me the advantage and help me a lot. So I did that in September 21. I gained some free work experience, and then I started teaching on a platform January 22. Oh, I also did an advanced online teaching course with the first 120-hour. And then I started teaching on a platform January 22. But unfortunately, that was short-lived because of health reasons. So then we fast forward to November 24, and I had double jaw surgery because of my braces. That was a necessity and separate to the other health problems. On the beginning of recovery in March 25 this year, I did my TEFL teaching diploma and a business English course. It was just, I saw it and I thought that sounds good, and I'm glad I did it. And then I found you and I found TPT because you had an Instagram advert that was giving like a free workshop learning how to make a board game. And normally I do ignore Instagram adverts. I just click off them. I think they're a load of rubbish. But this piqued my interest and I was intrigued. So I clicked on it. I signed up. I got an email and I did the workshop. And the first day was really hard because it took me 7 hours to make a square in PowerPoint. I think I used to put PowerPoint on my CV to be like, oh, I know how to use this and I'm competent, but I think that was just a lie. But now I can actually say, like, wholeheartedly, I know how to use PowerPoint and I'm on the third day, I uploaded a picture to the Facebook group within the workshop and said, look, I've done it. And I thought it looked good. But, I don't really know what I'm doing because this is all new. But then yourself and other members of your team and other people in the group were like, this is so good. It's really cute. So I was like, wow, if they think it looks good, and maybe this is like the beginning of something. That's the beginning of the journey, really.
Yeah, and you had never heard of TPT before. You saw my advertisement.
No,
Which is
you are
really
the
cool.
one that brought it to my attention. So thank you.
Yeah, of course. And so you joined my program, Teacher Resource Academy. And about how long did it take you to open your TPT store after that?
So I opened my TPT store on the 21st of April.
Okay.
So it was about a month-ish after.
Yeah.
I actually thought it would take longer because I wanted to have like a few products in there, but a lot of really good advice from people within the Facebook group that have been doing this a long time and are a bit more of an expert were like, if it's not listed, it won't sell. So I was like, okay, that's great advice. So that just the board game that I made in the workshop was my freebie, and to date that's the highest downloaded resource. I mean, probably because it's free as well, but I know because it is good.
Yeah.
Without being like, it's great. Like, I know it's great.
Very cool. So you opened your TPT store, and can you kind of tell me what the first few weeks, first few months of having a TPT store felt like?
Opening your TPT store for the first time, or just like even doing something brand new, is a big fat learning curve.
Yeah.
It's a lot of overwhelm. There will be a lot of confusion. There is a lot of stress. I had a lot of self-doubt and self-sabotage.
Mm.
I'm not embarrassed to admit that, because it really was, what have I done? Like, can I do this? This is a lot. But then also with all of that, there was, wow, I'm doing something new. I didn't know about this a month ago. Look at me now.
Mm-hmm.
There's lots of growth, there's lots of challenge, and there was lots of hard work and effort. But I feel like the pros weigh out the cons, if you want to call those, because anytime you do something new, it will be hard.
Right.
But that you need to learn how to do it. Nothing is like easy, and hard work will pay off. So it was a lot in the beginning, and I was working every day and hours all day, and my eyes were just like, I don't want to look at this anymore.
Yeah.
um, but the Facebook group is great because you're in there, you're very hands-on, and I love that about you, because you can find that at some courses, the coach is just kind of like, well, here you go, and then bye. But you are there all the time, and that's really great. As well as Ashley and other people on your team,
Yeah.
really helpful, and no question is stupid, because I've posted probably, I don't know, 50 times by now, and sometimes I'd say, hey, I think I know the answer, and I think it's a bit stupid, but I'm going to ask anyway.
Yeah.
And no one judges you. Everyone's supportive, and they're like, yeah, exactly. You've nearly got it right. This is what it means, blah, blah. And then I can carry on with doing whatever I was doing.
Yeah. The group is my favorite part of the program because it is very encouraging, and I have great team members that are also in there helping me answer questions. So I think that that's probably the best thing I've done with the program is make the group, because you can have all of the videos and you can learn everything, but you still need someone saying, okay, you've watched the video, you're doing everything almost right, but you just missed this one thing. It's just like in school, you need a teacher there. Even like if there was a recorded video, you still need a teacher to have that kind of accountability and walk you through step by step. So I love the group. I think it's awesome.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
glad that
amazing.
you
Thank you
amazing.
for creating it.
Yes, it's the best part of the program for sure. So you felt overwhelmed, and like this was a brand new skill that you're learning, because not only were you learning how to sell on TPT, but you had never created resources before. So you were also learning like PowerPoint, and maybe did you use Canva at all?
Well, I did kind of make my own lesson slides in Canva and use them on the teaching platform.
Yeah.
But it didn't occur to me when I'd made those that this could probably sell. I thought, this looks pretty good, and I had good response from my students, but
Right.
it never crossed my mind that this could be something. So when I found you, and then I did the workshop, and then I opened my TPT store, everything that I'd made in Canva, I slowly started turning into a resource, which is really cool.
That's
I'm really
awesome.
proud of that.
Yeah, I feel like almost all teachers probably have something already on their computer that could
Mm.
be a sellable resource. It's just knowing how to make it look professional and then list it the right way so that it actually makes money. And then we were talking before we started this podcast, but how long did it take you to make your first sale?
So I opened my store 21st of April, which I want to say is quite significant, because I got my teaching diploma on the 21st of March and
Oh,
was
wow.
recovering from major jaw surgery. So it was like a really big milestone.
Yes.
And then my first sale was on the 1st of May.
Okay.
So 2 weeks after I opened, and I didn't expect to get something that soon. And I know a lot of people share in the group and say, I've had my store open for a week or whatever, or a month, haven't got anything, feel a bit disheartened. But obviously it's a brand new thing. You can't expect things straight away. And also there's like the algorithm of TPT. People will be searching for your resource if it's something that they need to search for, if that makes sense. But if you've got rich CEO keywords, then it will be found. Like eventually you just have to like give it time. So I really didn't expect to get a sale in 2 weeks. I made £1.60 or $1.80, and I'm very proud of that.
Yeah, as you should be. That's incredible. And then it just goes up from there. I remember my first sale as well. And you're like, someone bought something that I made? This is crazy.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Amazing. It feels so, so good. Then let's transition and talk about What is the niche of your store and what type of products sell the best in your store?
I'd say my niche is ESL grammar. Majority of resources that I've made are lesson slides and editable worksheets. And most recently, I've been started making new product lines, and they are editable worksheets. So I've got like a series going where it says ESL vocab, ESL reading comprehension. Recently started ESL creative writing. And then within those, they're all different topics. So the first ones that I made for the ESL vocab was the Halloween and Thanksgiving and gratitude. I don't celebrate Thanksgiving and gratitude, but it's like a big, well sought after resource on TPT. And obviously loads of other people make resources around that topic. But I thought, what can I do that's different? So then I started thinking of ideas and creating things. I'm really happy to say that someone found it like the day after, put it in their wish list and then bought it. I was like, yes, it did.
Love
So
it.
that's amazing. Yeah.
Okay, so then that brings me to the question about you being in the UK and
Mm.
then creating products maybe for US holidays that you might not necessarily celebrate. Do you feel
Mm.
like teachers in the UK, people with educational experience, can be successful on a TPT?
Yes, absolutely. Because even though it's a bit sort of unknown, it's still English.
Right.
But primarily, a lot of the people that are on there or are buying resources are American or speak American English. So I do make my products with American English, even though I'm British. Just in the beginning, that was a bit weird for me because I
Right.
would automatically spell something with an S and it needs a Z. But I quickly got over that and found, it's not really a problem. And people can read my bio that it says, I'm from the UK, but it's just the products are written in American English. I don't think really it makes much difference. And I have got some products where I've given an American English version and a British English version, and both of those have been bought. So I think actually, in a way, it's kind of an advantage for me because I can make a double product
For
because it
sure.
will have two sets of audiences, if you like.
For sure. Yeah, that's really smart. I do think it is smart if you are an international seller to think about teachers in the US, because I do think that's the biggest market on TPT. But teachers outside of the US are also buying. So I think that's super smart to have a British English and an American English version of your resources. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I really like that. And then tell us the name of your store so people can find you.
Yeah, so the name of my store is Learn with Shezzy. So Shez is my nickname. I think Shezzy was given to me by another friend and I like it. It's stuck. So I used that for my store. I thought it was quite cute.
It is very cute. We will definitely put your store link in the caption below so everyone can go
Mm-hmm.
check it out. Very cool. So I know that you have been selling for a little while now, and you're always posting in the group. You just hit your 50th sale, and then you were telling me before you're at 52 sales now, which is incredible.
Mm-hmm.
I love popping on the Facebook group in the morning, and there's usually a post from Shireen. I made my next sale. I'm like, yay! It's
It's
just so
me again,
motivating in the
everyone.
morning. I love it. I
Yeah.
love it. And it's motivating for the rest of the members too. But you did get, actually, you've gotten two five-star
Mm-hmm.
reviews. So tell us a little bit about that.
That's amazing. Just to get a review, but it being 5 stars was like, whoa, and my glasses working. Yeah, so when I got my first one, I was actually in the midst of going back and updating my covers, thumbnails, and previews because I had a lot of confusion with that in the beginning. And I went back and forth and it wasn't really getting me traction. So I was going back and amending those. And as I was going down my product listings, I saw these stars and I didn't get it straight away. I was just like, what's that? Is TPT added like a new something? And then I was like, oh my God, that's a review. That's a review for me. And it's 5 stars. So I clicked on it and the person had said, this was just what I was looking for. Thank you for making something useful that I can use now in the future. And I read it over and over and over. I was actually like shocked. Like, oh my God, I've got a review. And it's not just a review, it's a 5 star review and it's a really nice review. And basically, I just burst into tears, reading it
Aw.
over and over. Happy tears, like the happiest tears I've had in a very long time, like very needed. And I feel like getting that 5 star review was like the icing on the cake from the learning curve to the self sabotage to the self doubt to the confusion to I don't understand what commercial use is and what does this copyright business mean to getting the tangible stamp of approval and being like, wow, this person bought this, they were looking for it, they found it, they've used it, it works, they love it. not only that, their students must have benefited from it if they're saying this. So that's like a double whammy of like amazingness. And yeah, I just text my family and friends like straight away. And I think I cried for like 3 hours.
Oh, that's so sweet. I
Uh,
love that.
and then I put it in the group as well. I was like, guess what? Oh my God. So
Yes,
yeah,
it is
everyone
so
was told.
good. It's the best feeling because I do feel like sometimes teachers are maybe nervous or feel bad about selling to other teachers, but
Mm,
there are just not great resources for teachers out there. I remember my first year, I did not have a textbook, so I relied on TPT a lot. And I don't
mm,
expect teachers to give away their resources for free if they're spending hours on them. Like teachers, especially, don't want other teachers working for free. We already work for free enough,
yeah,
especially if you're in like a public school, you're doing before school and after school and clubs, and you don't get extra pay for that. So I think that when you get that validation that something that you created is actually helping teachers and students who don't have the time to be making their own resources, but you provided that service for them, it just feels so good.
yeah.
It just feels
It
so
was
good.
amazing. And then the second one that I got, again, I woke up to it. I love waking up to sales and just amazing things from TPT.
Yes.
And I put in the group as well that I like got and was like, yay! Bearing in mind it was like 6 a.m. So, everyone else in the world is probably asleep. And I had to like be quiet, celebrate, scream, like, did it again, well. And then I started running around the house singing, This is what dreams are made of.
Yeah.
Cheese, but celebrate. And this one was also 5 stars, and the person said it's the perfect resource. Now, if that is
Aw.
not the biggest compliment ever, what is? And also, the review for this resource was one of the early ones that I made where I thought I don't really know what I'm doing.
Right.
So the fact that it was on one of these made me think like, wow, like even an early one,
Right.
it's got a review. So amazing.
It's incredible. Well, congratulations on those two amazing
Thank
reviews.
you.
And 5-star reviews aren't easy to come by these days. I feel like 4 stars is way more common than five. So that's really great that your first two reviews are 5 stars.
Massive boost.
That's huge. Okay, so I want to kind of transition now that we kind of know your story and that you took my program and you are getting great results even as a new seller. But I do get this question a lot from people who are maybe on the fence about buying my program. They are wanting to DIY, they're wanting to do it themselves instead of joining a program. And as someone like you who was newer, maybe didn't know a ton about actually making money on TPT or didn't even really know what TPT was before you found me. Let's say that maybe you had found TPT and you're like, okay, I'm going to try this on my own. How do you think that would have gone if you had tried to do it yourself in the beginning?
I would have failed, epic fail. Okay. You need training for opening a TPT store. You need guidance and you can't go in this blind. I had guidance and training and I was still confused. So I can't imagine if I found it and thought, oh, this looks good. I'll just try and do it. Like, I don't think I would have lasted a month because I had so much overwhelm. And like I said, all the jargon, all the terms and the copyright and all of that, it was just like, phew. So anyone that thinks that they can try and do it on their own, I don't think it's a good idea. Unless they've got someone that they know that's a teacher that does it,
Right.
that would be a lot better. But if they're just going in blind, then I don't think it's going to be successful long term.
Yeah, you need some type of mentor, whether it's a friend or
Yeah.
someone that you pay. It's just really hard to figure it all out. And I even hear people say, well, there's so many free YouTube videos out there. There are, like, I put out a lot of them. There's a lot of free stuff out
Mm,
there. But to have it like all in the right order and
mm,
also to have a place where you can ask questions and get like valuable
mm,
feedback. Because I see a lot of times there's a lot of free TPT Facebook groups, and I'll see people asking questions, and the answers they get are not great because it's free. It's a free group. So people are
mm,
not, I pay my team really well to be in our group and to make sure that we are answering questions in a timely manner that the same day or the next day and that we're up to date on best practices because I want you guys to be successful. Like you invested with me and you trusted me to help you. And I like my number one goal is for you to be successful. And so I
mm.
try to really make sure that that happens. So
Yeah,
that's,
definitely.
that's good to
And
hear
as
that.
well, it obviously it helps if you've got training from someone that's actually done it and
Yes.
it knows all the struggles and how difficult and challenging it is, and actually understands exactly every part of the process. It's like, yes, this part's a bit crap, but it will get better because you'll learn how to do it. So you'll be frustrated and confused, but then it's like, I remember you saying probably in the group, once you do the process from start to finish, where you make the resource and then you make the covers and the thumbnails and the preview, and then you upload it on TPT, that is a really long process. But once you do it once, you've kind of like, the ball starts rolling and you understand, oh, okay, this is this stage. And I remember once I uploaded my first resource and then I posted it in the group, I was like, I've done it. Took 7 hours or 3 days. I don't know how long. I'm going to make dinner. That was my reward.
Yeah.
But obviously, once you do something all the way through, it gets easier and it gets quicker.
Right.
I still had some confusion along the way, but
Yeah.
to make it work.
Yeah, and you're still, I would consider you still a newer seller. Like, you just started this year, but you're doing incredible. Do you think,
Thank
about
you.
how long do you think it takes you to make a resource now? Because you said it took like days in the beginning.
Yeah, that was really fun. Well, it depends. If it's a new product line that I've got an idea for and I need to plan it and think, how am I going to have it, the format, and how's it going to help the student, how's it going to help the teacher? Sometimes that can take a week. But then once I've got the format and the layout, when I just like change the vocab or the content, it can take like 2 to 3 days.
Yeah.
It's a little bit quicker. But like if I needed to do a board game now, it's really funny now, it takes 3 minutes, which I laugh at my past self, not in a horrible way, but it's just like, wow, and you thought maybe if you didn't like say yes, that this wasn't going to be a thing, but now 7 hours, 3 minutes is like massive improvement.
Yeah, huge. Yeah, making a resource in 20, 30 minutes. But when you have that template, it does make it so much faster. And that's why I love product lines. I had a whole episode about product lines a few weeks ago, I think now. But I am making a color by number product line now, but I already have the template. All I literally have to do is change out the problems. It's so fast. Whereas, in the beginning, it would take me hours and hours to make things. But the more you do it, the faster you get. It's a skill. It has to be practiced. It has to. It's a muscle that you have to get stronger. But it's definitely worth it because it took 7 hours to make this one thing, but then that thing is going to sell over and over and over again. 5 years from now, who knows how much money that 7 hours is going to make you? It's a really cool.
That's exciting.
Business model. Yeah.
Mm.
Very cool.
And also, like, because I like making the grammar resources, I like to use a blackboard background because I think it pops with like the colour bubble writing that I use.
Yeah.
And the colour bubble writing, because I'm manually putting that in, it's not like a set way of words. You have to make the words yourself. So that just takes some time to make sure it aligns and it's nice. But once that's on, then I just duplicate that page and make a black and white version. And then every page has like the intro, some examples, and then activities. And then I just duplicate that and have a black and white version because some teachers don't have colour printer and you don't want to do grayscale, which I learned in TRA. So I do a black and white version. So then the resource becomes like 18 pages rather than 9. It's better then because it like bulks up the price because you are offering like 2 versions. And sometimes within those lesson slides, it will be like British English and American English. So it's doubled 4 times because of black and white as well. So yeah, that I'm a lot quicker at doing the lesson slides, but it also depends on the grammar point. But it took me, I don't know, like 3 months to make the English tenses, and they were a pain to say the least. But I had a feeling that they would do well because English tenses are very confusing, even for native speakers, because we don't need to think about the rules. We'll just talk and use a verb or whatever. So I had a feeling that they would do well, and they have. Like, they've been like my most popular sales because I took the pain out of teachers having to. So this is what present continuous means. It's there.
Yeah.
Boom. Yeah. So I'm happy I've done that, but I'd never want to do that ever again.
It feels so good when you get a product line that was hard to create done. You're like, okay, I'm done with that. Now I can maybe make something that I enjoy.
Yeah, I do like to scroll my own page and be like, oh, that's nice. I don't want to do it again.
Look at all my hard work.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Yeah.
I love that. Well, this has just been great, Shireen. I am so glad that we got to hear about your journey and your experience with TRA. Is there anything else you want to tell us before we wrap this up?
Oh, actually, I did want to say something. This is really crucial and important, especially for new sellers.
Yeah.
you need to understand how to do covers, thumbnails, and previews,
Mm,
because I didn't understand in the beginning, even with training.
yeah.
And I asked back and forth in the group, and you or other people would give advice. And even though maybe the advice was clear as day to you, I just didn't get it.
Yeah.
I was like, what? So for a while, I was really confused with what should be on the cover, what should be on each thumbnail because they're different, and what should be on the preview.
Yeah.
And when I finally went back and redid them, which took maybe a month and a half, so because I've got like 80 resources, so it took a long time.
Yeah.
I started to see results after, because I understood what needed to be on the cover to stop the scroll and what information needed to be there, along with what information needs to be on thumbnail 1, 2, and 3 and the preview, and how to sell it. You need to like grow what the benefits are for the student, the teacher, how it helps, why it's good, what it's perfect for. Whereas before, I was putting that information on, but I was putting it in the wrong places. So when I looked at my product statistics, I would get loads of views, like page views, but none of those were looking at the preview. And I thought, is it because I'm putting the information on the preview or on the thumbnail or something? It was something wasn't working. So
Yeah.
that's why I asked in the group again, like a good 6 months after I started, what am I doing? Like, how do I do it? And then I got clarity. I also went to a collaboration call, met people on there that are also part of TRA, but maybe not in the Facebook group. And I spoke to someone on there, and she was really nice. And she said we could do our own video call. I shared my screen. I showed her what I've got. She was like, right, I see the problem. I was like, oh, okay. I didn't know this was like not bad, but
Yeah.
not good for TPT. It's just like, don't do that anymore. Do this, try this, add this. So I took her advice, I took your advice, I took everyone else's advice, went back and redid it. And now I've seen such a change in my page views. Like, I'm getting traction, people are wish listing, people are finding, people are buying. So it's really important that people understand how to do from the get-go, rather than 6 months later, even with training, what to do and what to include, because your covers are basically like your book cover. If your book cover doesn't look interesting or look nice, nobody's going to open it. So
Exactly.
I think that's the best piece of advice I could give to people that are just starting or just learning about it, because your covers and your thumbnails and preview are just as important as the high quality product you're making. Everything has to look amazing.
So true. So true. Especially, there are a lot of sellers on Teachers Pay Teachers and there is competition. And so you have to stand out. And that's how you stand out, is with your covers. That's how you get the click to your page. And then the thumbnails and the previews, that's how you make the sell. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I do see that, we have templates in the course and I show you in the course, but especially people that are not like super visually creative, like I would say I am
Mm-hmm.
not, it's hard for them to see like, okay, well, I followed the instructions, but like my cover, there's something still off, but I can't see it. So they need other eyeballs
Mm-hmm.
on it. And that's again why I
Yeah.
love our group, because you can post your cover in the group and like you think you've followed everything. It's like, oh, wait, this is too small. This font you can't read,
Mm.
you just need like feedback, in real time so that you can fix it and upload it before you get to like, so many resources and you have to redo everything. So it's so
Yeah,
important to use.
that's not fun.
Yeah, I have done that too with my 300 resources. So I totally
Wow.
understand. It is not fun. Um,
Mm.
so yeah, and then I love that you've been on the collaboration calls. We do a monthly collaboration call with my team member, Ashley, and it's a good way to meet people and get accountability and learn from other people, because we have a lot of smart people in our group.
Yeah, there's so many people on that, and also you never know who you're going to speak to.
Yeah.
And as well, I think the last time I went on a collaboration call, people were surprised I was English, because everyone's mostly American. I was like,
Right.
yes, I'm English. Hello.
You're our English celebrity.
I am. Do you want my autograph now?
Oh, I love it. All right. Well, thank you so much, Shireen, for being here and sharing all about your story. I'm just so appreciative of you, and I'm so proud of you and all of your hard work and all of your sales and your 2 amazing reviews. And I know it's just going to go up from here.
Thank you so much, and thank you for having me. I feel really honoured. I feel like I'm a celeb talking to a celeb. So amazing. Thank you so
You're
much.
the celeb here, Shireen. It's not me.
Okay.
All right, guys. Well, thank you so much. You can find Shireen's TPT store link in the caption below, and I will see you guys next week. Bye bye.